We have to. I think we have to talk about this right away because this is on my mind. I'm
It's
sure it's
on
on your
mine
mind too.
too.
I cannot believe it. Norm MacDonald just passed away like 30 minutes ago.
It I was out with Kate, and my phone goes off, and I just started tearing up.
It hit me too. It hit me in an emotional place more than these other celebrities.
That this one, other than Dangerfield, and that was obviously many years ago now.
Yeah.
I haven't had one that hit me as hard.
At least once a week I watch something with Norm that I've never seen before and is always funny. Like he's never not funny.
He's he's amazing. I mean, the Netflix special is great. The best one is me doing stand up.
Yeah, that I mean, I love them both, but the one I mean, the best he is the best late night appearance ever.
Yeah,
I think hands down
the world.
the world. Cuz that has so many jokes. It has
Yeah,
every one of his jokes in that set is a classic and something that kind of is has been talked about before, but it comes from a
yes,
new angle that's funnier than all the other angles, and he's old, like
yeah. It's easy to fall into hack the older you get, and he got more funny with.
yeah, right.
And
Well, first before we go down memory lane with him,
yeah,
did you hear the details of his death?
10 over 10-year battle with cancer.
Didn't tell anybody, and I
Didn't tell-
was thinking about this before we logged on. I think because do you have the same thought as me?
I might. I was just about to start it. Go ahead.
He didn't want that to mess up reactions to his jokes.
Oh, I did not have this thought. That is a great point.
Because he was touring. I had a friend from back home who texted me. I haven't talked to this guy in like 10 years, but we both like Norm MacDonald 10 years ago. And he texted me about it. And he said, I had tickets to see him this year. And I'm like, he was still going to tour.
Yeah.
But that's probably why he didn't tell anybody. He didn't want that to mess up his set, even though I guess you could make it funny, but it would still in the back of his head, he probably didn't want to think they're laughing because I feel bad,
Well, I don't even think like his. I think you're right, because I don't think he could have done autobiographical stuff about him having it unless because like his stuff was not even he had a book come out where he made up fake facts about himself.
Yeah. I
So
think some of that was still true, right? But a lot of it was made up, but it was still
yeah,
funny.
yeah, I think there was like he played with it a bunch. But
Right.
and here's what my thought was. Do you remember he has a classic bit about when somebody dies of cancer, they say he lost his battle with cancer. He had like a killer bit about it, which is easy to look up if you're listening.
It was on the album. It was on that album where he only talks about death.
Yeah, I think that album spawned from him finding out he was sick.
I mean, it was a whole album of death,
Yeah.
about death. I mean, that probably, and it probably is about 10 years old.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't think about that either. Wow.
The Shallow Grave, which by the way, killer joke.
Shallow grave.
And a shallow grave. Yeah.
His word choice is so
Yes.
perfectly matched to his weird voice, like
And you just said it unrelated, but when he would go, after, like it was nothing, but he was like, they got him in a shallow grave, and
yeah, with his setups that are that on the surface seem like non-important details,
yes.
but in reality are these grave details crucial to the story and are funny, but he just tries to breeze over them.
Yeah.
And that's part of a joke, I guess, too.
I mean, genius.
Everyone knows he kills it on Conan. Everyone knows he kills it on Letterman. He kills it on everything. Like I literally there isn't a piece of him online that I haven't seen. I feel like that hasn't have been. I saw this clip where he's doing a movie. He got hired by MTV to sit on the red carpet, like off the side, and he's just wearing a sweatshirt. You know, like everyone's wearing like these dresses and tuxedos, and he's like asking weird, like Norm questions.
Yeah.
And then in a way, it's like, is that just him sticking to him, or is that just part of a joke to him too? And then I saw this interview with David Spade. They're best friends, or they're longtime friends from SNL. And David Spade has said this on a podcast I watched, and something else where he's like, "Yeah, I'll text Norm, and
I've heard this about him too.
He'll text me on 4 a.m. 2 weeks later, huh?" Is this David? And David Spade says he has to go through this bit with Norm every time he wants to talk to him. This back and forth of, who is this? You trying to text me?
And Caitlin hated his the Norm talk show on Netflix. I thought, and she likes Norm, but she hated the talk show because the talk show, the joke was he was really bad at being a talk show host.
Yeah.
He would like it was so funny.
It was so great. And then I posted on my story, but the episode of David Spade is like one of the funniest to me because they're such good friends.
Yeah.
And David Spade calls him out on how stupid the show is and everything going on, how dumb the questions are, how stupid Norm's jokes are. And then Norm says, "Hold on, David, we're going to go on a commercial."
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he asked David about his Rolex and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Spade wouldn't talk about if the cameras are on. He's like, all right, we're back. And it's all in there.
Yeah, there was no commercial.
There was no commercial. He just said that to mess with David Spade. Because he's because it's, it's like a meta joke on a joke on a joke.
It's so funny. I've got it here. It's 5 minutes, but we can do 2 minutes of it.
All right. Yeah. Let's see what you got.
All right. You can see it, right?
Yeah, that looks like Mike O'Malley. Oh, that's Norm?
Yeah.
Looks like Mike O'Malley, the host of Global Guts. Here we go.
The coronavirus. But on the way here, I got really ill.
So great.
But I think it was because I ate a cherry pie. Like, I got a cherry pie from Bristol Farms, and I ate it, and then the car was going weird, and I was like, oh. And then he turned on the radio, Jeremy, and then all the fucking news was like, the guy was like, well, there's been so far 11 cases, 50. 200. I don't feel good. This is not good. So I'm in a fucking middle of a Stephen King novel or something. What is this? So my plan is just to not die. Survive long enough where they find a cure. Some people will have to die. But finally they'll find a cure for me. And then I'll thank all those. It's funny how Big Pharma is so evil till now. So that's $200 a pill. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. I'll take it. Give me all you got.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
My God.
Big Pharma's so evil till now. I mean, wow.
Oh man. So great. It's amazing. All of his punchlines are like one word or 2 words, until now.
Right.
50.
There's 50.
He does have that style in interviews too, where he goes, nah, 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 nah. Like it's like you like almost in a vocally storytelling way. You can it's the equivalent of like turning your wheel, thinking you're going right, but then going and turning your wheel
right. I mean, so good.